Writer's room.
All right, so now after fighting, we have to work as a team again. So, all right, everyone, take a deep breath. Okay, all right, next segment. All right, if you watched last week's episode, something that we think is really cool is how people write TV shows. And we are attempting to spend 15 minutes on the last 3 episodes to come up with a plot for a sketch. And we made some progress on the last show. I'm going to cover it. And then you want to start the clock? Dave, you started it last time. You want to start the clock this time?
Yep. Give me a sec.
All right, so we'll start a 15-minute clock because we did 15 minutes last episode. We're doing 15 minutes this episode.
Do you want to bring us up to speed before the clock or no?
Okay. All right. I was going to say the goal by the third episode, is we're actually going to share my screen and do like a board to storyboard. But here's where we're at. This is the story. We're kind of playing ourselves. The podcast ends, the end of our 10-episode stretch, and I reveal that I was at the Kanye West event where he came to Charleston and did his political speech, and I reveal that at that speech, he dropped something out of his pocket, and I had it this whole time, and I waited till now to reveal it live on the podcast. I've never looked at it for the sake of good content, and I opened it up, and what it is it's a map, and on the map, the X is in Clemson, South Carolina, which is 4 hours from Charleston. And also on the map, it says the X marks diamonds, and it's for Kanye's eyes only. So we all agree that it's dumb. We're not doing this. Kanye is crazy. He's banging Jeffree Star. He's loving God. He's all this crazy. We don't trust Kanye. We don't care about this. And we're not going. And then the call ends. All 3 of us end the Zoom call. And the first thing David does, because he's not with us, is he jumps on his bike and he starts biking down to Clemson. And me and Brandon are still here. So and then we need to develop right there. We know the ending is going to be me and Brandon arrive at the same time, and we FaceTime Hecker at Clemson. And it's revealed at that point that Hecker is only a few miles from his house. He's made no progress, even though we're going to film it like he actually has a chance. No one expects him to win. He has a chance to win. He's actually going to get there faster on his bike. But the joke is that we're going to reveal that he's not even that far from his house. So that's going to be some humor. But when we find this thing where the X marks the spot, we open it up. We expect to see diamonds, and it's a boombox. And we click it, and it plays the song Diamonds Are Forever, Kanye's song, which happens to be the intro to this show. And me and Brandon fucking look at each other pissed off, walk away, and then the music fades, the camera fades, and it goes into the intro for the podcast, for the Diamonds Are Forever, the Sean Lowery show. And it kind of wraps up this whole 10-episode thing with a sketch, and it's about the podcast. And it's kind of like a thing within a thing. And that is where we're at.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Set.
All right, 15 minutes. Okay, so what we need to do now is figure out our plot from the podcast ending, me and Brandon's story, from the podcast ending until we arrive in Clemson together, I guess.
Yeah. So I want to go first. All
right.
Podcast ends. We act like we don't want to go. I go to the bathroom to use the bathroom, and then Sean gets in his head that I can beat him. He's in the bathroom now. And get a head start. So you lock the door in the bathroom. You get in your Tesla. I have no way to get out.
I like that.
The small foot
in my bathroom
window,
here. There's a very tiny window,
which I would not be able to get out of.
I could never get through it. You definitely couldn't.
I would bust the window out. I'll try to punch the walls.
So that's a little piece of humor right there. Big guy, little window. I like that.
Yeah. So you're in your Tesla, you're driving, and you're listening to Kanye. I don't have I'm just gonna say I don't have a car. Okay. I order an Uber.
So how do you get out of the bathroom?
I bust through. I use my super.
Or maybe someone shows up and lets you out.
Yeah.
All right. That's Act 1. You're stuck in the bathroom, and then I have to leave.
Yeah, but I order an Uber.
Okay.
Uber's taking me. It's like an old grandma, and so I have to basically be at her mercy of her driving slow to the place.
And it's a 4-hour trip.
Angry at her. I'm
okay,
I'm yelling at her.
That's funny too.
You're gonna and it's gonna cut to you, and you're gonna have to take stops at the charge.
Okay.
So there's gonna be keep charging it, and then your car is gonna break down. It's gonna run out of you're gonna try to speed up to get to Clemson, and it's gonna run out of energy. So you have to start running. and, like,
Okay,
which you're like in
that's
shape
funny.
to do. And then what's gonna happen is like she has like the grandma, she has to like get out the car to use the bathroom, and she like ends up like falling and breaking her hip like in the bathroom. And I like
You
try to
leave
like
her?
I like try to like drag her out because like I try to figure out why she's in the bathroom, and then I was like, "Can I take your car?" And she says no, but like I like
You do
think
it anyway.
twice, and I try to have this moral like
No, you like
thought,
shitting
like,
on the
should I be a
grandma.
good person?
You
Should I
should,
be a
no, you
bad
should just fuck over
person?
the grandma because that's funny.
And I
Right.
just like take her
The second she
keys.
leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, say, I'm sorry, and then like I take her car and I rush there.
And then we should clip back if we had a grandma and she still breaks her hip, which is still like
Yeah,
the joke is like
but
fuck the
she
grandma.
had like this great head start. Like I
Yeah.
had to wait on my Uber, and she was driving slow.
Right.
Like we
And you were
ended
locked
up
in the
like
bathroom.
getting there at the same time, basically.
Okay, like that's not bad.
I like
Like so your journey is joke 1, stuck in the bathroom, big guy, little window. Joke 2, you have to Uber and the grandma is like really slow and you're like, let's go. And like this slow
Yeah.
grandma, that's funny. Joke 3 is you fuck
breaks
over
her
the
hip.
grandma.
Yeah.
And that's funny. All right. That's pretty good. We could maybe add like one more part. So my thing is I fuck you over, which is kind of funny. And then I get stuck with charging.
Or you should like have the dilemma, like, do I charge? Like, I think I can make it. Should I charge it or not? And you decide not to charge because otherwise, like, and that's how your car breaks down, right?
I do like the funny part of like eventually my car dies and I have to get on foot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so wait, are you stealing the grandmom's car?
Yeah, basically.
Like, what if I'm running and I see you or something, and then
You call an Uber and Brandon's the Uber. Funny as hell.
The grandma left her phone in there, which is still hooked up to the
Yeah.
Uber app.
And you're like,
And-
thank God. And then you see it's Brandon. He flies by you, gives you the finger, keeps going.
Okay, there's something there. Like, yeah, like
No, like you call an Uber, she has her phone, so the notifications are going off. So she thinks to like, I don't know, try to contact somebody, I guess. So
no, I
she
think you
swipes
should
up.
leave the phone. Okay,
So
Why
you go
wouldn't I-
pick him up.
like why wouldn't I? Yeah,
Funny
because that's funny. Like, why
The
wouldn't I
funny
just call an
Brandon's
Uber
like
right
driving,
away?
gets a fare, and he's like,
So okay, so how about with the grandma driving? Like you see me charging or something, so like you think you're ahead of me, and then I'm like fuck it, I see you, and I get out and my thing dies, so I have to start running. So like you figure while you're in the grandma's car, you might as well make some money
Pick up
and
a
like
fare. Mhm.
pick up an Uber.
like
And
very
then
calmly.
Yeah, you're
know,
like
very
you're like,
calmly
oh, you're
driving.
like I'm way ahead now. I got a car,
Yeah.
and then a thing pops up, $20. Pick up this person, and like I'm going to Clemson. You're like, that's where I'm going. So you're like, I'll pick up this person, and then you pull over, and like it's me, and then
And what does he do? Does it weigh on him? He's like,
Well, it depends like what the
use the fare.
distance. It depends like what the distance is there. Like, does he see me from a distance and has
What
the
if you
decision?
like, you have like a hood on or something? I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Act like I'm a driver and just look straight.
So getting to
in the
this point,
car, like,
it's pretty good. So at this point, we can do something funny, because we're like meet back up. So okay, so you are in an Uber and I'm on foot, and we're at the same spot, and
I like what Brandon just
I
said.
don't
Like,
know.
so he picks up. Like, I think he would have to pick up one fare, not you, and then to establish that he's already he's like
to
running
make the
Uber while he's
joke
doing
of
it.
like, okay,
Yep.
okay.
And then the second time he picks up another fare and he's not very talkative, huh? And it's just somebody shrouded in like a
So
hoodie or
I'm
something.
hiding myself
Yep.
because I notice it's him.
Right. And then
Okay, and at some point we notice,
right.
and then what?
Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, if we were gonna make it short, then we get out and run to the box. But like, I feel like we could add one more thing there. Like,
Yeah,
how about
but-
I stab the tire? I stab the tire or something like that.
Or just like we stab the tire while it's going.
Because I figure I have the advantage in a foot race over Brandon.
But how would you stab a tire if you're in the Uber? Oh, you're saying that
I don't know.
You never get in the car?
No.
What if,
Like, I don't know. I get in and then
It could just be like Brandon's like, in his mind, there's nothing he can do. He has the Uber, like it's his moral responsibility to finish the ride, whether or not. But then you do something that technically breaks like the terms of service, like you eat in his car or something. You open a bag of chips, and he's like, "Out of the car, get out of the car!" Like we can't deal with it.
that's how
Okay.
I know it's you. I guess you open up a bag of chips and I look back or something.
okay. All right, that's good.
Maybe he had a bag of chips. You had a bag of salt and vinegar chips on your desk in the beginning, and then he sees the same bag, and you're like,
that's good.
"Mm."
So then when he stops to let me out, I stab the tire. I think.
Okay.
And then we're on foot. And I feel like at
So we're
some
both
point,
on
some
foot.
some of the dialogue in there that could be funny. Like, because at that point we'll face each other. He's the driver with no car. I'm on foot. At that point, we face each other. Like, maybe there's some type of dialogue that talks about like splitting the money, and then we fuck each other over again, just for like the humor of it. Like I'll be like, all right, man, do you know what, dude? Let's split the diamonds. Like, it's probably worth about $500,000. I'll get $250, you get $250, and then you're like, all right, and then maybe like it goes to me thinking like, wait, I can totally beat this guy in a race, and then I don't know, then I sprint or something like that.
This is probably where it flashes to me as if I'm about to win, and then zooms out, and it's like,
dude, in between.
I know, but I'm saying this is like kind of the payoff where it's like you guys are kind of far away. It's like
we're walking and we're on foot at this point, so it's like really makes you look in the lead.
And then I'm not.
So now that we're both on foot, like, are we half an hour? Are we a half an hour walk away, or like are we? I think we should be like getting.
I think we're on the highway and we see the signs that say like Clemson, like.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what's the last stretch? So we're up there. So what's the last stretch? What's the last stretch?
So then how do you guys have to try to screw each other over somehow?
I think it should be I maybe like I have a brain thing where I could beat him in a foot race. So I say let's split, and Brandon like agrees. Then I'm like fuck you, and I start running, and then maybe like I get hit by a car. You know that classic like humor where someone's like running fast and then you don't expect it, but a car comes. I don't know, I was throwing that out there, but
I'm thinking of like you're running.
Because at that point I'm in the lead because I can definitely beat you in a race.
I'm thinking we're running. You're on campus and like you're running really fast, and like Dabo sees you. And he's like, "Come on,
we can't. If we're gonna even attempt to do any type of filming with this, that makes it harder. I know. The grammar part is also a little flawed. Like maybe we can use Shelby because we do have her at our fingertips.
You could see some girl
going. That's all. Like,
we do have
some
Shelby
girl on campus wearing monograms, and you can't help yourself but asking, "Oh, where'd you get these monograms?"
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, so I'm in the lead. I get distracted, and we can think about that. But then Brandon's in the lead. And then something happens with him. And one of my original things was like Brandon sees like a pizza and like the scent comes out. You know the little finger like from a cartoon that like taps him on the head. And Brandon's like, oh, $500,000 of diamonds. And like the scent like taps him, and then Brandon gets distracted. Then we catch up, and then we're basically both sprinting. And we get there together, and that could like kind of wrap it up. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like when you guys are running there. It has to start with you guys like walking, shooting the breeze, and then like slowly
because we agree
speeding up. You're slowly speed walking, and then eventually you start all out sprinting.
Yeah, and at that point I'm like, dude, you know what? We've worked together. Like let's play it.
I guess we can have like a dialogue where we talk about David. Like I wonder if David's close. Like we gotta hurry up. Like
at least we're not riding a bike. Yeah,
or we don't know that you're riding a bike. I don't think at this point. Like
we're scared that you're almost there.
Because we all said we weren't going to go for it, so we assume you're not doing it. We're like, how stupid is David not going for this? Like we know it's going to be diamonds.
We can call David and like he's on the phone, like maybe lying while he's on the bike or something.
What if when you guys are like finally meet up and you're walking, you're like somebody has like a come to Jesus moment, like, what are we doing? I mean, what is a treasure map? We think there's going to be diamonds here, and you kind of come to the realization, like, all right, maybe we won't, and then. All right, let's go.
And then it like happens again.
Yeah, right. And then you start walking slowly, and then you.
That's funny. And then I get ahead because I'm faster, and then I get distracted. And what should be my distraction? Because we mentioned getting hit by a car, we mentioned monograms, we mentioned Dabo. Like, what we got to add some comedic thing here where I get held up. Mm-hmm. Dude, I think getting hit by a car is always. I mean, I don't know how I feel like.
It's just tough. Yeah, that would be tough to.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
something
there's I could do
possibly doable.
You just film one shot if you like acting like. You
also, like, wouldn't I die? It's like Regina George and Mean Girls. Like, I'm pretty sure she would die. And she was at least had a neck brace, so that would ruin my mobility. What would be something to stop me? Like,
monogram? I don't know.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Like, because we're at Clemson in this scenario, and like, girls monograms.
Shelby or Rachel as the girl with the monogram on, I guess.
Or like, yeah. I mean, we don't need to figure that stuff out yet.
Graphic shirts that like you made from your.
Okay, all right. So that fits. Yeah. I see. Yo, college girls. The high school girls are wearing my monograms. I run off and I start talking to them and I'm like, okay. So when you were shopping on the website and you had the checkout screen, did you go to cart or did you? I could like start talking logistics about that. About checking out.
And they should just be like not into it. You know, you'd be like,
yeah. And then what happens? Dude, I don't know. Yeah.
So you get like settled in, and then.
So I basically nerd out on like business, yeah.
Yeah, this is my company. They're like,
but here's the joke.
I don't care.
You get settled in. You get settled in, and one of them say like, "I'm part of the Diamond Club," and then your like head thinks, "Oh, diamonds," and like you got to go back to the diamonds.
That's actually not bad. That's not bad. That's really good. But so how do you pass me at this point? I think maybe it's something like
Well, I can smell the pizza,
But
and
like,
then
but like
I'll go
that's how
to
no,
the
because you have to
pizza,
be
and
you
I'll
have to
take,
be
like,
a,
the pizza boy's bike or
no,
something.
but you have to be ahead of me for that to be funny. Because like, so now I get distracted. I'm ahead. I get distracted. Then you have to get ahead and get distracted by the pizza, and then we
I just
meet
think
up.
while you're talking to them, you see in the background Brandon like, kind of hustling, like speed walking.
What if he was on like a little scooter
past
or
you.
something like that, like just for the comedic of it? Like he's
Mhm.
like on a scooter or like something like that.
Creeping behind it, tiptoeing
Or
behind
like
you.
gets another Uber. What if Brandon gets another Uber and it's a grandma again?
That's
Or
how I
he
was
like gives the
thinking
girls a
that.
thumbs up, like they're plants.
I mean, that's pretty much the last decision. How does Brandon get past me? Does he walk? Is he on a scooter? Is he on an Uber? What would be the most funny? Like I imagine like Brandon on like a little scooter that'd be like have some comedic look to it,
That would be funny.
and like
Yeah, I think that like it all has the same effect, you know.
Yeah.
So the funnier
okay.
thing would be like a scooter
So
or
then,
like a little
and then
bicycle.
he's ahead. Then he gets distracted by the like classic cartoon like
How? Yeah, can we do that? Because I love that idea. He kind of floats away.
What happens?
Like
when
so
you
you
get
so
that
you are ahead. You're in the lead, and then you have to get distracted one more time for us to meet up, and you get distracted by the smell of food. Do you know what we're talking about in classic cartoon where like
Yeah, I know,
the
I
smell
know.
turns into a
like
finger?
a pie.
and
I'm
it
Yeah.
just
twists
thinking
them
if
up
we were
and they-
able to like do this full on with all like the special effects, it would be so cool.
like we could do something
could
because
try.
it's
I
an
could
easy
do
film
some,
as far as like you would just have to act being like.
Mm-hmm.
And the funniest
then
thing
I
is
just,
like
I guess,
I'm only
mask
10
my
steps
body
away,
while
and the
I'm
funny
clothed.
the element there, and like it's only 10 steps away from
And he like looks
500,
back,
but like
back and forth.
yeah,
Is that what he's doing? He's like back and
the, and then the like the smoke or whatever, the smell, the scent like grabs him, and then he's like, and both of us at the same time notice like, what am I doing? Like the diamonds, and then we meet up, and then
Mhm.
and then we FaceTime you, and we that's pretty good.
All right, not bad.
So
1 minute left.
So we're gonna storyboard next time as far as like we're basically gonna have say 10 blocks for all of our stories, and we're gonna write out our stories first, and maybe I can even do that in my own time, and then we just have to place them. And then the last part, which maybe we don't have to do in the 15 minutes, would be like the logistics of filming it. And like I think we did write this for Solo. Like the only other character is the grandma and the girls, and for the girls and the grandma, technically, like you could just kind of be like. The camera will be on me as like the girls, and I could just kind of be talking to them, and like because we're not gonna hire actors. Like we could film all this stuff.
Rachel could be. I mean, not Rachel.
Or
Shelby could
we
be
always
the
have Shelby.
grandma.
Shelby will. She's embarrassed herself before for me for something
Right.
like that. Shelby could be the grandma. And the main reason I would want an actress as the grandma is because I love the element of the grandma getting fucked over, breaking her hip, and like all that stuff. It's just funny.
All right, that's it.
That's
Man,
pretty
we
good.
Pin in it.
basically made-
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, now he's got to do like shooting.
Like the storyboard element. Oh, dude,
Logistics.
Not bad.
that's not bad. That's a classic rat race story.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
like
at
it.
ace.
It's yeah.
That's it.
Dude.
15-minute.
Dude, in the rat race, when it's at his, and that guy's like, he's the slowest one.
It's
He
Mr.
gets
Bean,
there-
right?
Yeah, he gets there first, but
Yeah.
then he has like a sleep problem. He literally puts the
apnea,
key
yeah.
in the lock and then falls asleep.
That's one of the first movies ever had on VHS. I
That
remember
movie is so good, man. That movie is good. Like all the different characters, like Whoopi Goldberg's in it, and then like John Lovitz's family, like gets stuck at like a Hitler museum, and then they steal the car.
yeah.
They steal the car from like the Nazis.
His car. Yeah.
And then he like later he gets like his tongue burned, and he has a little thing on his face, and like he's like out in front of a big crowd putting his hand up, like talking like a Nazi, and Seth Green's in it. Oh man. Whew, all right. What's
Did
next?
something happen to Cuba Gooding? Like,
Dude, that's also hilarious in that movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. does the coin flip because he's a professional NFL referee, and he like reads it wrong and fucks up the whole game, and everyone hates him.
Yeah.
I don't. You mean in real life?
yeah, like, did he go to jail or something? I don't know.
No.
I don't
Not that
know.
I can remember.
Yeah.
I think he's like a jerk. I think people have said he's a jerk, but show me the money.
All right.
All right.
Next segment.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that
Almost forgot. I almost forgot. If you really enjoyed the clip, if you really enjoyed the podcast, one thing I would appreciate more than anything, just hit the little subscribe button. And I have hours and hours of podcast footage talking to some of the best entrepreneurs out there on YouTube. Watch some more of them. Check out this. Check out this. Go ahead and binge. Have some fun. I love you. Thanks for watching.